everyone! So today I'm going to be filming this really fun makeup look featuring some Makeup Geek eyeshadows that I've recently purchased. I'm obsessed with my Makeup Geek eyeshadows. I actually posted a picture on Instagram wearing this look a couple days ago. I'll insert it right here. This is what I posted and a lot of you guys said you wanted to see it, and I also was wearing it a couple times on Snapchat because I was so obsessed with this look. And if you guys aren't following me on Snapchat, you definitely should. My Snapchat username is itstori277, but I was Snapchatting and a lot of people were saying like, hey, can you show me a tutorial on this look? So this is one of my favorite looks I've done. I'm so obsessed with it. I love all of the colors of it. I love like the orange burnt peachy tone that kind of goes into like the lips and the crease, and I'm obsessed with it. So I'm gonna stop talking about it and I'm gonna go ahead and get into this tutorial. Okay, so I have my brows, my foundation, and my contour done. I've also already primed my eyelids, and I'm going to go ahead and start with this tutorial. Today I'm going to do a talking tutorial. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys like the talking tutorials or like the voiceover ones better. I'll have a voiceover one linked right above here. It's my 4th of July makeup tutorial, and tell me which one you guys like better. The voiceovers tend to be a little bit shorter than the talking tutorials, so that might be what you guys like more. I don't know. So starting off, I'm going to go ahead and use my Maybelline Color Tattoo in the color Barely Branded all over the lid. I'm not going to go up into the crease. I'm just going to keep this really centralized on the lid. So next I'm going to use tape, and I usually forget this step until I've already applied the transition shade. So I actually remembered it this time. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to follow my lower lash line. This is really hard to do while holding a mirror. I'm going to follow my lower lash line like this, you know, and I'm going, if I can, yes, okay, that makes sense. Like I slide it along my lower lash line until I find the curve of my eye, and then I place the tape on that curve. If that made sense. That was really hard to do while holding a mirror and talking to the camera. So I'm gonna start with my Makeup Geek palette. And you know, like I created this myself, so it's just kind of shadows that I have. I love this palette. I've pretty much been using every color in it, but I'm going to take the color Peach Smoothie because it's a really nice peachy color, and I'm going to be using that as my transition shade in my crease. And so I'm not going to go all the way up to my brow bone, but I am going to get up there pretty close just to make sure that anywhere I'm going to be applying shadow through the crease, it's going to be very blendable, because actually the more shadows that you apply, the smokier and the better your look is going to look, compared to if you just applied one dark shadow and tried to blend it out. It's going to look chalky, it's going to not blend. Just the more shadow you apply, the better it's going to look. And also it's better to apply the lightest shade to the darkest shade. So don't try to apply the dark shade and then blend it out with the light shade. Like that'll work, but it just takes more time. So now the next shade I'm going to be using is the color Cocoa Bear. It's really a nice kind of burnt brown color. I really like it, and I feel like if you have any kind of like brown color that looks kind of chocolatey and kind of reddish almost, this is going to be perfect for this look. So I'm going to take this still on my 217 brush, and I'm going to use this as like a transition shade, but it's not a transition shade. It's going to be the shade showing up above the darker shades. So what I'm going to be doing with the shade is I'm going to be dragging it up kind of semi-high on the crease. I'm sorry if you guys can hear my garage door right now. I'm going to be dragging it up semi-high on the crease, so that way when I go in with my darker black shade, you can still see the shade over the top. I also don't want it to be super harsh, because right now, you know, it's pretty stark and harsh, so I'm going to go in with a fluffy blending brush and just kind of buff out the edges a little bit of it. But I don't want to take away from the intensity of the color. Now I'm going to go in with a trusty, dirty pencil brush, and I'm going to take the color, oh my gosh, what is this color? Let me check. It is Corrupt from Makeup Geek. Yes, they have a really, really, really pretty black color. If you guys don't have this color and you just have any black eyeshadow, that's seriously going to work for this. It does not have to be Makeup Geek's Corrupt, but I do recommend it. Like honestly, the palette I'm using for a mirror has a black eyeshadow. A lot of palettes have a good black eyeshadow, so. And then this is kind of like what I did in my 4th of July tutorial. If you watch that, I'm going to be creating kind of like a halo, but it almost is going to look like a cut crease kind of thing, and I'm going to be dragging it around the outline of the lid, just right along the crease, but not actually up into the crease, but then you can kind of blend it in a little bit. But we really still want to see that Cocoa Bear shade, and we want the black to just be kind of an outline to darken up what's going to be on the lid. The lid is going to be the main focus of this look, but this is going to help blend it in, give it a little depth, give it a little dimension. We're also going to be adding it to the inner and the outer corners of the eye, so that way, again, more dimension, more depth. It's going to make the eye look a lot cooler when you're in a lighted area, because the lid is going to stand out and it's going to look like kind of shiny versus not, you know what I'm saying? So this part's really important. When applying this black shadow, it's also really important, make sure you're not actually going into the inner corner, because we're going to use that later for a really nice light shade, but just the inner lid. So as you can see, it looks really funny right now with my eyes closed. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to take my 217 brush from MAC. I'm going to go in with a little bit more of that Cocoa Bear, just very lightly, and I'm also going to just kind of tap it off on my hand a little bit, and I am going to blend so it's not so cut looking and it has a little bit more of a blend to it. And you might want to work with this a little bit. It might take a little bit of time to get it to have a little bit more of a blend, but you'll get there. Okay, so right now I'm actually not going to focus too much more on the blend, and I'm going to use the lid color, and this is probably one of my favorite colors from Makeup Geek. This is the color Moondust. It's so pretty. If you guys have the color Prom Night, it is kind of similar, except Moondust is more of a brown taupe, and Prom Night is more of a purple taupe, I guess, but I really like Moondust. Like, it's better. It's prettier. I like it. So I'm going to pop that right on the lid. I'm actually also going to add a little bit more of the black color to the outer area of my eye. And then drag it in a little bit just to kind of create a little bit more of a blend. And then you can also take a little bit of shimma, like literally dab it in and then put it right on the center to brighten up the center of the eye. Like I literally just tap it in the color and then I dab it right on the center just to give the middle of your eye a little bit more shine and dimension, you know? I don't actually own a matte like white or cream eyeshadow. I'm actually going to use this one from this Stila in the Light palette I'm using. It's just this shadow right here. I'm going to use that to highlight my brow bone just because I don't have one from Makeup Geek. But if you have any matte like cream highlight, is going to work really well right under your brow bone. And I've actually really been loving this lately, the tape method for applying your liquid eyeliner. So I'm going to be applying my eyeliner today with my Revlon Color Stay Liquid Eye Pen, and the way I'm going to be doing it is I'm going to just be leaving the tape on, and I'm going to use the tape as a guide for my winged liner. And you can kind of see here how far you want to go depending on what you're doing. You can just kind of just see where you want your wing to go. I'm going to end my wing right where the black kind of ends. That's where I'm going to take my wing to. That's what I'm doing today. So you guys can just kind of decide how you want, what you feel comfortable with. If you don't want to do a winged eyeliner, that's completely fine too. This is just one thing that I love doing with pretty much all of my makeup looks. I'm going to go ahead and pull the tape off. Whoo, look at that. There's like black all up around it because I love the feeling of pulling the tape off and then looking at it in the mirror. So now for my lower lash line, I'm going to do what I always do, and I love to mimic my crease in my lower lash line. I don't usually go in with like the first transition shade, like the really light color, but you can if you're using a really, really dark shade. And I'm going to do that today just so we make sure that it looks good. So I'm going to go in with Peach Smoothie, and I'm just going to sweep it across my lower lash line on both sides. And I'm using this brush from Sigma. This is a Shader Crease E47 brush, in case you're wondering. It's really, really awesome for sweeping on like a layer of color under the eye. So you really can't see that color that I just applied, but that's okay because it added a layer of shadow that's going to be really easy now to work with another shadow. So the color I'm going to go in now with is also, we're just copying the crease. I'm going to take Cocoa Bear once again, and I'm going to put that really close. I don't want it to get too far down. That's why I really like this brush, because it's just about the perfect shape for under my eye. So now for the last part, I'm going to use a smudge brush. Any kind of brush that's going to work really well under your eye. I've really been loving this sponge brush. You can use just like an angled brush, something really thin that's going to get under your eye and not make a huge mess, because you definitely don't want to use like a big fat shader brush under your eye because that would just be a disaster. But I'm going to go in again with the black eyeshadow, the color Corrupt, and I'm going to get it really close to my lashes. Basically, I'm placing it on my lower lashes, but I'm not going into my waterline. But I don't want it to drag down as far as the other color because then it's going to ruin the effect that we have going with the other eyeshadows under the eye. And I'm going to take the color Shimma Shimma, any nice beautiful shimmery color that you have. I'm going to just plop this right in the inner corners of my eyes. Now I'm going to just line my lower waterline with the Marc Jacobs eyeliner in the color Blacker. It's one of my favorite eyeliners right now because it lasts seriously all day. Like, I swear to you, they always say that Urban Decay's eyeliner lasts all day, but this one actually does. The Urban Decay one never lasted all day with me. This one does. So I'm just going to line my lower waterline. Okay, so now I'm going to be going in with a mascara. The mascara I'm going to be using is my Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. You can apply false eyelashes with this look. If I was going out and wearing this look, I would apply false eyelashes, but on a daily basis, not very many people really wear false eyelashes, and I know it really amps up an eye look and makes it look that much better, but, you know, just for this tutorial, there's really no need to put on false eyelashes, and I'm so sorry you can hear my dog barking. He will not stop. I'm sure you guys are probably getting really annoyed with this, but I'm going to be using my Milani blush, and this one is in the color Luminoso. It's my favorite blush right now. I love it. I'm going to be using it on my cheeks like you would with any blush. I don't know why I'm like specifying where I'm going to be putting it, but I'm just going to put it on my cheeks. Okay, so for my highlight, this is not what I used when I did this a couple days ago on Instagram and on Snapchat, but I'm going to be using this ColourPop highlighter in the color Lunch Money. Literally, it's everything. I'm so obsessed with this highlight. And I'm going to just be applying it to my cheekbones. I don't know what it is with me and this theme of like these burnt orangey, like burnt things. Where'd my mirror go? Guys, I lost my mirror. Oh, there it is. But I'm going to be applying this lipstick from Tarte. It's in the color Enlightened, and I actually know they discontinued this particular lipstick, but I think they have the same color in their new formula of lipsticks, so definitely check that out. It's in the color Enlightened, and it's like a burnt peachy orange color. Alright, and that is everything for this makeup look. So now we can do some intense close-ups if you guys would like. You guys can see the whole look. I might turn this overhead light off because I feel like it's washing me out on camera, so we're gonna do that. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you all enjoyed. I had such a fun time filming this video. Thank you guys so much for all of your love and support. Also, if you didn't already know, I have a giveaway up on my channel currently going until August 1st. And if you guys haven't seen it, you should definitely go check it out. I'm giving away an Urban Decay Naked Smoky palette. So you definitely should check that out because I think you guys totally would want to win a Naked Smoky palette, right? Like, I totally would. So definitely go check out that video. I will leave it in the description down below, and also you can click up here. There should be a little thing that pops up and it's called a tag, and you can just click on the tag and it'll take you straight to the video. So please be sure to subscribe to my channel if you aren't already, and I will talk to all of you guys in my next video. Bye everyone!